What's going on, guys? It's Tavon Gentry here with Gentry Run. Hope you guys doing well and feeling blessed. I'm back with a long video today, and this video is going to be the race weekend recap. This past Sunday, May the 5th, I did the OC Marathon out in Costa Mesa, California, and I had a great time. So I'm going to be recapping things and recapping the highlights as far as the weekend is concerned and recapping the race, how everything went. So let's take it from the top. And I'm going to be adding some clips at the beginning of this video if I can, because I was trying to vlog, but guys, sometimes it seems like it's so hard for me to vlog. I say I'm going to vlog, and then once I'm in the moment, I forget to vlog and I forget to record stuff, and then I think about it when it's too late. So y'all got to help me. I got to do a better job at that. So I left Nashville Friday morning to head to California, and the plane rides was fine. Transportation, everything was cool. Once I got to California, I was in the airport getting my luggage, and as soon as I walked out of the airport, it's like a little cool breeze hit me, and I'm like, "What is this?" I'm so used to looking at California on Instagram, looking at the movies, and I get out there and I feel a cool breeze. I'm like, I thought it's supposed to be sunny out here, like 24 hours a day. I was bamboozled. It was chilly out there. It was. So thankfully I got out there before my wife got out there. So I called her and said, "Hey, I'm in California. Pack me some sweaters, cause it ain't as sunny and warm like I thought it was gonna be." It felt like it was the end of fall. It felt like, maybe not that bad, but it was a nice little breeze going. So went through that. My wife, she ended up coming the day after, so we went out to eat and did a couple things. We didn't explore the city too much. We couldn't figure out a lot of things to really get into. But yeah, the whole focus of the trip was the marathon. So let's take it to race day morning, Sunday morning. Wake up at 2 a.m. Everything is cool. I'm getting myself together. The race started at 5:30 a.m. So the hotel that we were staying at had a shuttle service that takes you from the hotel to the marathon. So you ain't got to worry about traffic and doing all the extra stuff. It's going to take you straight there, because it was like, I think 15,000 people participating in the race. So you got 15,000 people participating, you got family and friends. You have a whole lot of people out there. So the shuttle starts taking us to the race, to the start line. And myself and a lot of people on the bus were noticing that it seemed like the bus was going a different location. So our bus was actually taking us to the finish line. And we was like, no, you're going to the wrong location. Like, we got to go over this way to the start lines. So, and we already pressed for time. So everybody's like looking at the clock, and there's so much traffic. We in standstill traffic, and we got like 20 minutes to get to the start line of this race. So eventually we got close enough, and we started looking out the bus windows, and we see everybody just kind of running on the sidewalks. Everybody just running in the street, because pretty much everybody couldn't wait any longer. They couldn't wait in the traffic any longer. They're like, forget it. Let's just get out the car or whatever. We're just going to take our chances on running to the start line as opposed to waiting in traffic. So everybody got out the bus, and we took our running to the start line. And this was just like the half marathon I did back in March. No time to warm up again. No time to do any type of stretching. When I got to the race started at 5:30 a.m. I got to the start line at 5:27 a.m. Like 3 minutes. So I see the start line. I see porta potties. I'm like, I see a door open for the porta potty. I said, let me just run in here real quick. Got out of there. Got out the porta potty. I get in line. It's 1 minute left before the race starts. Literally 1 minute. So we're bottlenecked together in this race. I'm in the first corral. I'm in corral A, getting ready for the race to start. And everybody's so tight together. I'm like trying to get a knee chest in, just anything, just to get myself, stretched or something. But couldn't really do anything. I made it in the start line with literally 1 minute to go. So the gun goes off, the race takes off, and everything was feeling good. Probably about a half mile in, the race started on a slight incline. I started to feel like burning in my calves, but it wasn't like a pain burning. It was more of like it felt like I didn't stretch and my legs were kind of burning. So at first I was like, oh boy, here we go. But then I changed it and was like, no, you know what? I trained for this, been there, done that 100 times. This is not gonna stop me. So positive thinking, positive thoughts, and I kept on going. I kept on trucking. And about mile 2, I guess my legs had pretty much warmed up at that moment. I didn't feel that tightness anymore. So I'm strolling and I'm strolling, and there was a guy that I met. We was pretty much, feeding off each other, giving each other energy back and forth. Say, hey, you got this, man. We got it, man. This is nothing. This is light work. And we were running and talking to each other. And by the time I got to mile 6, that's when I finally just kind of settled into the race. My body was completely relaxed, and everything was just smooth at that point. And you know what I'm saying? And it felt very easy at that point. And honestly, the whole race felt easy. I was shooting for a 3:30 marathon, which is the same goal time I was shooting for the last marathon that I was running in back in October. I didn't hit that goal back in October. If you want to know more about that race, it's on my YouTube channel. It should be about 2 or 3 videos down where I talked about how I was supposed to check all the boxes, but there was one box I didn't check, and that was the elevation. It was I misread some things and misunderstood some things and got the elevation wrong. So that was my downfall in that last marathon. But when it came to this marathon, I told myself, all boxes will be checked. There's no plan this time, and it's gonna be for real deal. I'm gonna make sure all the bases are covered, contingencies. I cannot let anything go wrong. I told my wife, I'm this is gonna be the one. This is the one. I figured it out, quote unquote. You never completely figure everything out, but I know what I did wrong. It's time to correct what happened last time. There's no way I'm gonna let what happened last time happen this time. This is the one. This is the one that I'm gonna go big on. Okay. So I was very confident going into it. And from mile 1 to mile 26.2, my energy did not drop at all. It was some hills in the race. The hills did not affect me at all. I respected the hills. I always respect the hills. But after running up them or in the middle of them, I didn't have fear in my heart, in my mind at all. I was like, I have trained for this. I have trained excessively for hills in this training period. I double strength trained more than I've ever strength trained. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this course throws at me, it will not stop me. I am prepared to the T. I got contingencies for whatever happens. And because of that, because I've trained and worked so hard on it, from mile 1 all the way down to the end, everything felt flawless. I never got, my body never said, oh, we're tired, we're ready to fall off. No. The only tiredness that I got was like a mental tiredness, probably at around mile 19. It's almost like I just sort of lose concentration for a minute, because I was pumped up ready, so mile one, yeah, let's do it. Okay, I knocked mile 1 out. Mile 2, let's go, I'm ready, mile 2, then mile 3, then mile 4, then mile 5. And once you get to mile 18, 19, you've been running so long, it's like, I can't wait to eat when I get done with this run. I wonder if my family gonna be at the finish line. Did I pay rent today? And you get to thinking about all these random thoughts, and then you look down at your watch, you're like, oh, I'm slowing down, because my thought is losing it. I'm losing my train of thought. I need to get back dedicated. Okay, mile 18, let's knock it out. Let's get back into it. But once you just droning and just running for so long, sometimes your mind just sort of drifts away. So that was the only tiredness that I got, was like a mental tiredness. But I quickly snapped myself back into it. Then it might have happened again. But then I say, okay, we taking this a mile at a time, tick tock, tick tock. You know, this is just like my training long runs on Saturday. If I can do those long runs, I'm gonna do it this time right here. You know what I'm saying? And I kept focusing on the goal. I can't wait to see my wife at the finish line. So I ended up crossing the finish line. Watch time, it was 3:27. But the official OC time was 3:29. So based on watch time, there was a 49-minute PR, and based on OC time, that's a 47-minute PR. So yeah, I went big on that one, very, very big. And I was, like I said, I felt very controlled, because I honestly could have ran faster. I could have probably ran a 3:25, 3:23 marathon, because that's how I trained myself. I trained myself like I was running a 3:25 or 3:23, because I knew my goal was a 3:30. So if I train myself at a 3:25, 3:23, then if I want to run a 3:30, it's comfortable and relaxed, because I done trained myself as if I were going to run a faster speed. You see what I'm saying? So I had it all mapped out this time, you know. So yeah, everything was good on that part. And then the thing was, when I crossed the finish line, my wife, she said she was going to be in the bleachers when I got to the finish line. So as I was running, I had like a quarter mile left. I looked up in the bleachers, and there were so many people. I said, "There's no way she's in those bleachers." And there were so many people on the sidelines. I said, "There's no way she is on those sidelines. It's just too many people." You know what I'm saying? So after I crossed the finish line, I waited about 5 minutes, you know, looked around, drank some water. I called her. I said, you know, "Hey, babe, where you at?" And when I called her, keep in mind, there's thousands of people cheering. When I called her, I heard silence in the background. I said, "Oh my God, don't tell me you overslept." You know what I'm saying? Because when she seen me off at the start line, she went back to the hotel, which was a couple miles away. But she was like, "No, I'm in a Uber right now, and I'm 30 minutes away. I cannot get to you." Like, the shuttle that was supposed to take me back to the finish line didn't take me. I had to get a Uber, and I'm finna get out this Uber and walk, because there's no way I can get to you. Now, mind you guys, I just finished running a marathon. My calves is on fire. Like, you running a marathon, your body, it can suck, for real. But once you stop running those miles and your adrenaline come down, your body is feeling it. So once my adrenaline come down, my wife tells me she's not nowhere near. Guys, so we're trying to locate each other. It took me an hour and 5 minutes to find my wife, bro. And it was moments to where, you know, they got everything blocked off. I could see her like maybe like 50 yards away. Like, "Hey, I'm over here, but how do I get to you? Because everything is blocked off." So after an hour of walking around, we finally got connected with each other and finally was able to find a shuttle to take us back. But yeah, that was that. But as far as the race course and everything was beautiful. It was a great weekend, a great race. You know, I'm extremely proud of myself. And yeah, I trained hard, and I accomplished the goal that I originally wanted to set, which was 3:30. And the next one, you know, we're going to take it a step further, you know. So, but yeah, the OC Marathon, I had a great time, and it was a nice, controlled race. You know, that's the part that stuck out to me. I didn't have to fight to the finish. You know, they say go hard at the last mile and give it all you got. I didn't have to give it all I got. I felt smooth from mile 1 to mile 26, completely smooth. You know, I had the reins on that horse. But yeah, so I believe that's all I got to say. I think that's it, guys. So yeah, that's race weekend recap, Gentry Run, the OC Marathon. I don't know how long this video is. I'm gonna try to put those other clips in the beginning of the video, or try to do something for you guys. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Love you guys. Be blessed.